If you want to get more out of your Fujifilm X-T30 Mark II, there's a lot you can do with customizing the user controls, customizing the displays, and also saving your own custom settings, what you may have heard referred to as film recipes. So you're going to learn all of that in this video, which is a free preview, an excerpt from my Fujifilm X-T30 Mark II tutorial course. This tutorial includes a bunch of different video lessons structured in a format that makes it easy to learn the camera, text outlines that go along with each video that you can go back to and read and watch anytime you'd like, PDF downloads to take you through some of the different menu settings, and then a quiz at the end to help you assess your understanding. You can find even more free previews of this course at photocourses.link/xt30ii. And if you do want to go ahead and purchase that full course, get 20% off with the code TUBE20. So here it is, all about customizing your Fujifilm X-T30 II. The final thing we're going to customize to use this camera more efficiently are the custom function buttons. You don't have to accept the defaults for what each button does in terms of which functions they perform. Every photographer is different, every photographer has a different workflow and style, and so you can customize these controls to do nearly any function you want based on your own workflow and what makes sense to you. To see a map of what all of the different buttons do, press the menu button, go into the Setup menu, Button Dial Setting, and then the Function FN setting. There's a shortcut to see this map and program it from shooting mode. Just press and hold the Display Back button. This map is a good reminder of what all of your settings do if you ever forget, and this is also where we're going to program them. To reprogram any of these controls, just scroll through and select the control that you want to change. Press OK, and then you'll see a list of all of the different functions that can be assigned to that control. Different functions are available depending on the type of control that you choose, such as a physical button versus the touchscreen gestures. You'll also see some functions that are not available elsewhere in this camera, such as an electronic level or preview depth of field. So go down and highlight the function that you want to assign to that control and press OK. Now, I'm not going to preach to you what you should do for your own custom controls. This is something that you're just going to have to work through based on the kind of photographer that you are. And I don't know what kind of functions you want to have quick access to. That's a decision that you're going to have to make on your own, kind of like the custom menus. So just spend some time using your camera, make note of the functions you want to be able to change quickly with the controls, which controls you want to use for each function, and make note of those. Program it that way, try it out, and then reprogram it if necessary. I still reprogram my custom controls every now and then as my workflow evolves. And you also need to practice this. Get that muscle memory so you know exactly where your fingers need to go to access and change those different functions. I will have some recommendations in the text for this video with some of the functions that I think are important. For example, being able to quickly adjust my white balance, turning the face and eye detection on and off rapidly, adjusting my ISO settings. Those are all things that I want to be able to change without having to go into any menus, so I have them programmed to custom function controls, but you're going to be a little different. If you choose to use the touchscreen functions, that's going to give you 4 extra controls to use by swiping on the touchscreen with your finger up, down, left, or right. And to use these controls, make sure that you have the touch function option enabled in the touchscreen setting in the button dial setting menu. And then the final thing we can customize are our custom settings, or what you may have heard on the internet referred to as film recipes. Using these, we can take those film simulations and then further customize them to our own liking by further adjusting the color, the contrast, and more. These are going to give you your own styling options. If you want a very vivid, high contrast style for landscapes, for example, you can create a landscape preset. And then if you're going to photograph a portrait right after that landscape, you can go to your portrait preset, which might have some more muted colors and a softer contrast, for example. In this camera, new to Fujifilm cameras, you can also save things like your focus and shooting menu settings. To program the custom settings, all you need to do is go through your image quality, focus, shooting, and flash menu settings and adjust everything how you want it for that custom setting. Then go to the very end of the image quality setting menu, the Edit Save Custom Setting option, and select which one of those custom setting banks you want to save these settings to. Press OK and follow the confirmation dialog to save the current settings to that custom setting bank. You should also at this point assign that custom setting a name so you can remember what that setting is. So go back into the Edit Save Custom Settings, highlight the custom setting that you just created and press OK, then select Edit Custom Name. Use the little keypad to give it a name that you'll remember. If you ever want to change any of the individual settings saved to a particular custom setting, go back into the Edit Save Custom Setting menu, highlight the one that you want to change and press OK, then select Edit. Scroll through the list of settings, highlight the setting you want to change it, and press back when you're complete. There's also an option to automatically change your custom settings as you update your camera settings during shooting. For example, if your custom 4 setting has the zone autofocus mode programmed to it, but you change your autofocus mode to spot while using that custom setting, spot can now be saved to that custom setting as the new setting without you really having to change any of the custom settings. To enable the auto update setting, go to Auto Update Custom Setting in the Image Quality Setting menu and enable this. If it's disabled, any camera setting you change while using a custom setting will not be saved to that setting. You'll see red dots next to those settings that were changed. You have the option of saving those settings to this custom setting if you choose to. Go to the Edit Save Custom Setting menu, select the custom setting that you're currently using, and select Save the Changes. To reset the settings to the original custom setting that you had originally created, select Reset the Changes. This, again, is an evolving process. It's something that you're going to be changing for as long as you own the camera. Trust me, I'm constantly changing these, but I'm refining them towards a goal. My goal is to pre-process my photos, setting the style and the mood that's appropriate for the story that I'm telling with my photos, and get those images in the camera rather than in post-processing. If you are interested in developing your own film recipes further and learning how to get these JPEGs correct in the camera at Capture, I have dedicated courses for those which are included in the Fujifilm course membership. But just take some time and see which combination of image quality settings you like the most for different subjects and shooting styles. To quickly change from one custom setting to another, you can come back into the image quality setting menu and do that with Select Custom Setting. But I like to do this in the Q menu with the Select Custom Setting option. I press the Q button, highlight the custom setting, and use the command dial to scroll through the different custom settings.